Okay.
Linda, we're rolling.
Have peacetime on. Okay, sorry.
Start over. All right.
Linda, take one. Wait, Linda, take one.
All right, Kirby, take one.
Hey guys, if you don't know me, my name is Reagan Sager, and I am one of the Student Ministries interns. I miss seeing you guys all the time, and it is so weird to be here at the Student Ministry building without you guys. Today, I'm going to be going through James 1 with you all. So if you want to grab your Bibles and turn to James with me, we can get started. While you're getting your Bibles, I just wanted to give you a little fun fact about myself. My favorite book of the Bible is James, and I plan to name my child James one day. Anyways, James 1 through 8 says, "To the 12 tribes scattered among the nations, greetings. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave in the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do." James 1:2 talks about how we should all rejoice in our trials, and because God is about to teach us something very, very valuable. This makes me think about what is happening in the world today. Many of us are going through a difficult time with a lot of changes and disappointments, but we have to remember that Jesus is going to use these trials to strengthen our faith. For an example, giving us this time to go slower through our day is giving me more time and opportunity to be in the Word. And that is something I've prayed about for so long now, and I'm just so thankful to have the opportunity. James 1:6 also mentions how when we ask for something from God, we must believe and not doubt. This is sometimes a hard thing to practice in the world we live in. It can be so hard because we live in a time where most things are immediate and we want everything right then. But this is saying that we shouldn't doubt God's plans, and what he wants for us is perfect. All right, let's hop back into James. James 1:13 through 18 says, "When tempted, no one should say, 'God is tempting me.' For God cannot be tempted by evil, nor does he tempt anyone. But each person is tempted when they are dragged away by their own evil desire and enticed. Then their desires have conceived. It gives birth to sin, and sin, when it is fully grown, gives birth to death. But don't be deceived, my dear brothers and sisters. Every good and perfect gift is coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. He chooses to give us birth through the word of the truth, that we might be kind of first fruits of all created." We can get so used to our sinful natures and habits that we don't even recognize that we are doing it or even being tempted by it. We must turn away from those habits and temptations and recognize that God is providing us with such a beautiful and fulfilling life. We cannot fall to the things that might be disguised as glamorous or cool. We are going to finish reading James 1, so let's turn to James 1:19 through 27, and it says, "My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Therefore, get rid of almost all moral filth and evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at his face in the mirror and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard and doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. Those who consider themselves religious and yet do not keep tight rein on their tongue deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. Religion that God our Father accepts as pure and faithfulness to this, to look after orphans and widows in their distress, and to keep oneself from being polluted by the world. That was a lot to take in right there. But first off, we talk about this all the time, and I can't stress this enough. We were chosen and loved, and with that, God hopes that we would be the fruit, then take that fruit and share it with others. I really like how in James 1:19 it says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. This makes me reflect on how I'm living right now. I had to pack up my life from the sorority house and move back home. I haven't lived with my parents for more than 2 weeks since my senior year, so that's been 2 years now. Living with my parents isn't the same anymore because once I had all this independence and used to be able to do things whenever I wanted, and being back under my parents' roof, following their rules again looks a little bit different. But with that, I am reminded that I need to be quick to listen to them and slow to get angry with them while they are asking me to do something. It is easier to relate this to friendships and peers, but with time at home with the people that we love, we need to start being able to practice this. Trust me, this is hard. This is really hard to practice, and I have to keep working on it. But James 1:26 reminds us that our religion is worthless if we say one thing but we do another. We represent Christ in everything we do and think, and we need to strive and work hard on being Christ-like. We're going to mess up here and there, and we're going to fall down at times. But like I was once told, if you're in a race and you fall down, you aren't going to win by just laying there. You have to get up and keep running. But luckily for us, God isn't going to make us get up on our own. He's going to be right there with us to keep us running in our race. Lastly, I just want to reiterate that during this dysfunctional and confusing time, God is going to be there with us, and He's going to take advantage of the situation. I want to encourage you all to be in the Word right now, and like the staff has said and encouraged you guys for a while now, just take 30 minutes out of your day to be quiet and in the Word. Just be with God. I also want to encourage you to continue being good examples of Christ around your family. Sometimes we can be the meanest people to the people that we love the most. So I want to encourage you to be a light in your household and love your family like Christ would. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Like I said, I miss you guys so much, and I can't wait to be back in this building with you guys and worshiping and learning more about the Lord. So yeah, I'll see you later.